I lost my husband in a car accident weeks ago, and now my best friend is trying to set me up with her creepy friend who thinks he can replace him and even help raise my baby. I, 23F, lost my husband, 25M, weeks ago to a car accident. He was the love of my life, and I'm still not used to waking up without him every day. We had big plans for our future, and it all came crashing down in a heartbeat. We met on his uncle's farm. He was a farmhand, and it was love at first sight for me. I'm also 4 months pregnant, but I haven't told anyone. I was planning on telling my friend when I was feeling better. My best friend Lee, 24F, has been my shoulder to cry on during this time. She helped me with his funeral and anything else I needed since I'm no contact with my bio family, story for another time. She is currently dating Barry, 24M, and they usually hang out in a trio with Liam, 24M. When I first met Liam, he hit on me hard. He tried everything, comparing himself to my husband, saying weird things like, "Our kids would be cuter than if you had kids with your husband." He's also made creepy comments like, "You need a city boy," while motioning to himself. I'm a country girl through and through, so I typically shut him down or ignored him. But every time I would get dirty looks from Barry. Skip to Sunday night. I got a message from Lee begging me to come to dinner with her because she wanted to treat me since I'd been through a lot in the last couple of weeks. Feeling not so awful about myself, I decided to go. When I arrived, she wasn't there, so I texted her asking how long she'd be. She told me 5 minutes. She said she was just running late and around the corner. So I sat down and ordered a drink. 5 minutes passed, and she still wasn't there. I gave her the benefit of the doubt and waited another 5. When I was about to call her, Liam came rushing over and apologized for being late. I asked him what he was doing there because I was waiting for Lee, and it was a 2-chair table. He smiled at me and grabbed my hand. I ripped my hand away, and he just said, "Oh, I asked Lee to set us up. Now that husband's name isn't a problem, we can finally get to know each other." He looked so cringy, and I was floored. I stood up and told him that I wasn't interested and that I certainly didn't give a flying FCK about getting to know him. I also reminded him that I just lost my husband. Without a word of a lie, this man stood up and said, "I know you're being overly emotional right now, so I'll forgive you for that. Sit down with me. I'm not saying we have to make love straight away or anything." I was disgusted. I shoved past him and went home as fast as I could. When I got home, Lee messaged me, "So, how was dinner?" with a smiley face emoji. I called her, and when she answered, I didn't even let her get a word in. I yelled at her, asking how she had the audacity to do something like this just weeks after I just lost my husband, especially since she's been the one holding me together this whole time. I asked her what freaking game she was playing and told her the only reason I wanted to meet with her tonight was to tell her I'm pregnant. Then I hung up on her and texted her that I needed time and didn't want to be contacted for the time being. Last night, Barry came to my house and asked to talk. I said no and told him that if he didn't leave, I'd call the police. He told me I broke Lee's heart and deeply hurt Liam, and that now was the perfect time to get to know Liam because he could help raise my child with me. I opened my door, which Barry took as a sign that I wanted to talk. Instead, I hit him with my shoe and chased him to his car, screaming. I'm actually embarrassed I did that. All day today, I've been flooded with messages from friends and the trio themselves, shaming me for pushing away the people who care about me the most. They claim they don't even recognize the person I've become. The only thing that hurts me most is that my husband would know what to do. He would tell me how to fix it. And now, I have no one to talk to. I just feel so defeated. I have a therapy appointment tomorrow, but I'm thinking of calling my husband's mom, even though we've barely spoken since the funeral. Any advice is appreciated. Update, next day. Hello all, and thank you. I just wanted to start off by saying that I called my mother-in-law Louise after making the post. I thought I needed to tell her about the baby because, just like some of you said, she is overjoyed about the news. She didn't answer my call but instead drove straight over to my house. I honestly didn't know what to say to her, but we just hugged and cried all night. I didn't have the best delivery when telling her I was pregnant, probably due to all the crying, but she just lit up and was so happy. It's the first time I've seen her this happy in all the time I've known her, so at least I have some support. My father-in-law came over when he finished work after Louise told him he needed to come to my house, and he was so freaking happy about becoming a grandfather. Louise offered to have the baby and me move in, and I agreed. She said that I can sleep in my husband's old room, which was a little bittersweet. When I told her what was going on with Lee, Liam, and Barry, she was furious and told me not to worry about it because she and my father-in-law have my back. After a lot more crying, my father-in-law told me that my husband would be so happy to have this baby grow up on the farm like he did. Overall, our conversations last night were exactly what I needed. Now I'm just going to answer some comments. Lee was my friend for a long time. She was genuinely there for me when I went no contact with my parents, and I thought she was a decent friend. Now, knowing the truth, there are many things I can think of that she did that were red flags. Personally, I think I ignored them because I've never been close to anyone like that other than my husband. Liam is a loser. From my chat with Barry, I learned that he's always had feelings for me and has never given up because, apparently, I'm his type. He isn't and never will be. Yes, I ordered a drink. I didn't think I needed to disclose that I ordered a lemonade. It was simply a soda, nothing wild. I know I'm pregnant and would never do anything silly. I'm not magically pregnant. My husband and I both wanted children young and had been trying for about a year. We just didn't disclose that we were trying because my husband and I thought it was weird to tell people, oh, we're making love an extra amount. I don't know, my husband and I were very private people and kept a lot of things that way. As for the trio, I've blocked them. None of my family are reaching out because they simply don't know me anymore. The only friends reaching out are mutuals of Lee, Barry, or one of Liam's other friends. I was confused about whether I was a jerk because I left Liam standing there and yelled at Lee. I was so upset that I was confused about the entire thing. Thank you all, and I will update you on what happens because I know Liam will not give up until he's in jail. I seriously hope it doesn't come to that, but the fact that he drove past my house twice is unsettling. I'm hoping that moving to my husband's parents' farm will put my baby and me on a better path. New update, same post. Firstly, some good news. I found out that I'm having a little girl. I'm actually feeling a little bit better today and thought I'd update. I moved in with my in-laws the next morning after they came over. We went to the police, and unfortunately, there's nothing they can do unless Liam trespasses or comes into physical contact with me, pretty much until he gets worse. But I did take the initiative and move, so they think he'll be less of a threat now that I don't live in that house. They did take my screenshots of his creepy messages and noted that he's been driving past relentlessly. After a few days, we came into town to go grocery shopping, and we saw Lee. She went to come over, but my mother-in-law stared at her and yelled, "No." Lee looked a bit awkward because my mother-in-law was yelling, "Yes, I'm talking to you, Lee. Go bother someone else with your bull crap." Lee ended up walking away, which we thought was good. I was greatly overwhelmed, obviously, about seeing her, and my anxiety has gotten worse since the blind date. I think I was also anxious because Lee is never without Barry, so I was very worried. When we finished shopping and were walking back to our car, Lee and Barry were waiting for us. Again, my mother-in-law started screaming. She yelled that Barry was scum and accused them of trying to sell drugs to a pregnant woman, pretty much anything to embarrass them and draw a crowd. Lee and Barry left again, but not without looking scared, points to mother-in-law. Since then, I've moved on to the farm, and it's been drama-free. I had an appointment yesterday and found out about my baby girl, but also that I have high blood pressure, most likely due to the stress. We're going to have to monitor it just in case of preeclampsia since my egg donor had it. My husband always wanted a girl, so I know she is a gift from him. Apart from the grocery store incident and the police situation, it's been very positive for me being with my in-laws and their dog Spud. Don't ask, I don't know why that's his name. Thank you again. Final update, 2 months later, thank you to everyone who helped me with my issues about Lee and the others. It's over, I was attacked and suffered greatly. I lost my baby a month ago and I will be logging off for a while. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for the kindness, enjoy your holidays.